If you love cycling, then you've got to love hills. Oh, I know you hate them sometimes, but in this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips how to ride up hills faster.
Okay, as I grind up this first section, my first point is about gearing, your gear ratio. Everybody always complains that they haven't got enough gears to go up the steep hills. So, simple equation, look at your back wheel and the cassette on there. The largest chainring, how many teeth is it? It's normally 28, 32 or 34. You take the largest chainring and you're going to divide that number into the smallest chainring on the front. Most modern day compact bikes come with a 50-34. So, what you're going to do is divide your biggest number, let's say it's a 28, into your 34. And the rule is, you're looking to try and get close to 1. So, if you've got a 34, divide it into the 34, you've got 1. Hallelujah. The ratio of 1.0 means that you've got enough gear for most climbs. Sure, on a mountain bike, you can get a bigger cassette and you can have a negative number. Trust me, in 30 years of coaching, a ratio close to 1 is enough for all hills. Yes, and this rolls into point number 2. Never use it. What the hell are you talking about, coach? Never use it. Never use it. Stop being a fanny and rolling up to every hill and going clunk, 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 and putting it into what we say, the granny ring. Don't do that. So, my point is, mindset. Always have that gear in reserve. Break glass in emergency. Break into that gear for emergency reasons only. It will start to toughen up your mindset for hills. It will start to unleash bigger power as you torque through properly. Sounds interesting, coach. I'll try it. Thank you very much. Okay, point number 3. Should you sit down or stand up on the climbs? So in terms of getting more efficiency and effective use of your energy and muscles, you want to sit down. And that's because during the pedal stroke sitting down, you've got a larger activation period, basically meaning there's more effective force. That's the force that's driving you forward. All that energy you're putting through your pedals and your crank. Also, if you sit down, you'll distribute your load better. Your ass in the saddle, basically, which means you'll grip the road better. So if the road's wet and you stand up, you might slide out. Okay, so for safety reasons as well, sitting is better. However, some climbs are really steep, like this bugger. So you have to stand up sometimes. So when you stand up, remember, you can release some of the pressure points on the muscles. So when you get fatigued, you rock off the saddle, stand up, and we change the angle of attack on the muscles, but it decreases the effective force. So we've got to remember that. That rolls into tip number 4, which is called the rule of 2. Now the rule of 2 is when you stand up, you've got to change the gearing, either 1 or 2. You've got to increase the torque so that when you stand up and you're using your body weight, you can actually increase the power using the rule of torque. Because guess what? If you go back to the 34-34 and you've got a gear ratio of 1 and you stand up, you're going to collapse. Now I don't mean you're going to collapse from the hill effort. Too bloody right I am, coach. I'm knackered, I'm going to collapse and fall off. What I mean is, you will load through the front of the pedal stroke and your body weight will collapse and you'll fall forward. So I don't want you collapsing through that pedal stroke, banging your teeth off the handlebars and losing your teeth and blaming the climb and never going back on a hill. No, use your body weight and the gearing and it will help you power up the hill. Remember, you're never going to go into that little ring anymore anyway, but use your common sense. Sit down for as long as you can, stand up for short periods, sit back down, but play around with the gearing. Oh yes, never change your gear while you're standing up. Change it while you're sitting, stand up, sit down, change it back. Please, we don't want rear hangers going through your rear wheel and then you on the phone. Please come and pick me up.
Oh, is it because that hill was too big for you? No, I've broke my bike. Yes, more like broken your arse. Okay, point number 5 is to do with your weight. No, I'm not talking about losing weight, power to weight. Everything is about decreasing, increasing, one or the other. No, what I'm talking about is how much do you weigh? I know that's a personal question, but go off now. Okay, no, wait till after the video. But weigh yourself in your birthday suit. Yeah, take all your clothes off, okay? Make sure you're not in a public place, okay? Weigh yourself. When was the last time you did that? You do it every day. Okay, sorry, right. That weight, okay, is the weight that you normally punch into your power to weight, isn't it? Well, guess what? You're not cycling naked unless you're in one of those funny countries that I've only read about in magazines, and yeah, I wish I could visit. Anyway, the thing is, you've got to then put your clothes on and your gear, your phone, your sandwiches, your can of Iron Brew, whatever you're taking with you on that ride. That's the weight that's going on the bike. Now, we look at the bike, then we've got to weigh that. So we create 3 weights. You in your birthday suit, you with all your kit on, shoes, helmet, glasses, phone, sandwiches, and then the bike. What does all that weigh? You'll be surprised. So you can decrease weight without going on some crazy diet to start with. What I mean is, look at what you're carrying. Can you become more efficient? I'm not talking about hill climb races whereby we're going to really remove the saddle, remove everything, okay, that's of no use to you. But the thing is, a lot of people, a lot of amateurs, we're going out on bike rides and we're carrying too much, okay? Carrying way too much. But it gives you an insight into what is your real power to weight. That's your weight plus what you're carrying. Try it, and then add the bike on and see what actual weight you're doing. It gives you a challenge to try and decrease that. So when you're doing your climb days or you're going out on those altitude days, think about that. By the way, livestock and field, dogs must be kept on leads at all times. That includes you, coach, because you've got a Springer Spaniel brain. Hey, if you've enjoyed the video, then give it a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to the channel. I've got lots more to share. You take care, and remember, anyone can train hard. There's only a few of us can train smart.